What's up, everyone? Welcome to the podcast. We're so dedicated to talking about all the poggers things in life, like music, content creation, and video games. I am one of your co-hosts, JesseKazam.
And I want you to draw me like one of your French girls.
Draw me like one of your French girls. Did we watch the Titanic recently?
Just watched the Titanic yesterday.
Nice.
And there's one thing I want to ask you, and then another thing I want to tell you.
Okay.
Picture in your mind now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, everyone who has aphantasia. I'm sorry.
Rip.
The scene with Leonardo DiCaprio at is it the bow of the ship? Is that the front? The bow?
Sure. The starburst side.
Yelling, "I'm king of the world." Are you picturing this scene?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is he standing behind someone?
Yeah.
Like, right up, like nuts to butts, right up close.
Yeah.
Tell me who that person is.
The I forget the actor's name, but the girl, the girl on
Rose.
Rose.
No, it was his friend Fabrizio, the guy who he got on the ship with.
No.
Yes. The guy who he gets on the ship with when they win the poker.
Yeah.
I watched it again. It was like, hey, wait a minute. That's not...
I just Googled it and the images. What?
Yeah.
He does
later on in the
movie.
Okay,
yeah.
They have a romantic sunset, I'm flying, but I'm king of the world. He's nuts to butts with Fabrizio.
Damn,
which I was like,
bro.
wait a minute. I'm not remembering. This is some Mandela effect.
He's got some crazy. He spent a lot of time up at the front of the ship, nuts to butts with someone.
With Fabrizio.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
Wow.
That's not the scene I remember.
That's so crazy. That is some Mandela effect. Shit.
Yeah. To be fair, Fabrizio was packing. True.
When did that movie come out? When did Titanic release? December 19th, 1997.
Hell yeah, dude.
So long enough time has passed where we're just smashing all of the relevant scenes together into one scene. I'm king of the world. The scene where he's at the front with Rose.
Hit the iceberg while he's holding Rose on the door at the bow.
While the band is playing and he's drawing someone naked. I don't know.
Yeah. And the entire ship is in the back seat of a car with foggy windows. Yeah.
Okay.
So let me ask you something else. I'm going to tell you something else.
Okay.
There's a book called Futility. It's about...
It has futility.
Futility. And it's pretty tight. It's about a boat named the Titan that in April in the North Atlantic Ocean might have potentially survived a head-on collision with an iceberg, except it veered out of the way and had a glancing blow, causing it to sink, and there were not enough lifeboats for all the passengers. And the ship had previously been referred to as unsinkable.
This can't be real.
And the book was written in 1898, which was 14 years before the Titanic incident.
What's the book called?
Futility.
It's pretty
Now,
tight.
later on, the title was changed to be called The Wreck of the Titan.
Book that predicted the Titanic. What?
I got reminded of this yesterday. I originally heard about this from our friend Austin Whitsitt, the flat earther.
Nice. Okay.
Because he thought that the Titanic was like a, I don't know, false flag, like conspiracy, like whatever. the fuck.
Wow.
And it just reminded me how I remember laughing at him, what he was saying about this, and then looking it up and being like,
oh shit.
be like, okay.
Wow.
There's a lot of books that get written. Okay, one book is bound to to predict.
Yeah.
But yeah, isn't that kind of crazy?
Wow. That's like The Simpsons predicting shit, but like on a whole nother level, dude. In 1890.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like I'm really bad at like dates. Like if you had asked me like when did the Titanic sink? Like there's a 50% chance I would have said like 1697. Like, you know what I mean? Like I just have it's all in the past, man. So when you said that the book came out in like 1892, I was like, oh, that was well after that.
Yeah, that's when Columbus sailed the ocean blue. That makes sense. The Nina, the Pinta, and
the Titana Maria.
The Titana Maria.
That's crazy. I did not know about that.
So I'm going to have to remember every now and then I get asked, people are like, all right, if you had to believe one conspiracy theory,
yeah,
what would it be? And I can never really come up with anything. I feel like there's another one that I can't remember off the top of my head, but that's one that I can say.
Yeah.
It's got me thinking.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wild stuff.
Or the 2023 implosion of the Ocean Gate submersible, Sea Titan submersible. When I wasn't asking, but okay.
They were going to see the Titanic, right? When that imploded.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that in 1823 there was a book about
a submersible
that fucking imploded,
full of rich people,
full of billionaires. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, people really have to stop saying a ship is unsinkable. Yeah. That doesn't bode well for anything. Low key though, how'd they not see the iceberg?
I don't know, dude. If you had a job that consisted of like just like look out and 99% of the time there was nothing to see, chances are you're probably going to be like not looking a good chunk of
bro.
And
nah, bro.
Nah, they were, I don't know, probably keeping each other warm. Fabrizio
style.
they were like, yo, we saw you down there. We saw what you did.
Damn.
It's cold out here.
Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. No judgment.
Yeah, they needed
somebody on icebreaker duty. Iceberg.
Hard spaceship breaker duty.
Icebreaker duty.
That would be kind of a fire game.
Where were they that they ran into an iceberg? Like, I guess in my brain, I always thought that the Titanic like left from New York City. Like, that's probably wrong, but it just.
I think it was from like New York to like London or something. It was the North Atlantic.
Oh, so they were up and they hit some iceberg. Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, route of Titanic. Now that I know that like if you just go like east from Maine, you get to Africa.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, you blew my brain with that.
Yeah, this was the Titanic.
I can't believe you believe in a globe model.
True, dude. I still haven't like escaped. Somehow my Twitter feed has gone from, it was all just like crazy right-wing propaganda to then like 2 weeks after my video came out, and there's like no connection here. It was just, I don't know if they fixed something or what, but instantly I started seeing all like anti-right-wing stuff. It was all just like clips pointing out hypocrisy, all kinds of stuff. My whole algorithm shifted to be like, but there's like 10% of the posts are still.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I think I know why. I was gonna say 10% of the posts are still like a meme or a picture or whatever from some globe killer TMTM posting a picture of like no glober can explain this, and it shows like how a plane went to like Greenland or something because it was low on fuel rather than and it's always just like draw the lines on a fucking globe and it makes sense, draw it on a Mercator projection and it doesn't. But I think it's because there are a few people who I follow that were like Flurf debunkers that are always like the first response. So I think I'm seeing it because of the reply, not the OP.
Post. Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, that's always kind of still like, it's just crazy how every day there's just dozens of posts that are just like, Globe can't explain this, and it's always just like 20 people who are like, yes, we can. every day, all day, every day, and like it makes me think that they're just like they're just bots or something.
Bots, or once again, or like I don't know what the percentages are, right? But there is some amount of people that are just like, it's just instant engagement. You know what I mean? You can like once they turn the faucet on and you can make money on Twitter from like posts, you know what I mean? For monetization, then it's like, somebody out there, some tech bro living in a 1-bedroom apartment is like figuring out how to get the most engagement, right? And he's like run the algorithm, and he's like, oh, these types of people are the most susceptible to respond or whatever. So he pisses them off with the post, and then it's just like, it's. I'm not saying that's at most accounts. I'm just saying that there's some amount of them I know.
I just opened up Twitter to see.
Globe can't explain this.
And the first thing I saw,
the Globetrotters,
was I haven't even really sort of grokked. I can't even use grok anymore. Grok used to be a term.
Yeah,
it was like a niche term for like understand, ascertain, whatever. But especially when I'm talking about Twitter, I can't like even use that anymore.
Oh, was grok like a real word?
Yeah,
grok me softly. I genuinely thought it was just made up word for grok.
No, stranger in a strange land. In the book's fictional Martian language, it literally means to drink, but evolved to describe an intuitive, profound understanding. Yeah, Heinlein in 1961. So yeah, it's just like a nerdy way of being like,
gotcha.
I'm grokking that. I grokked that.
I grokked that so hard.
And so I just opened up Twitter to find a flat Earth thing, and this is just what oh my god.
Oh my god.
On the official White House Twitter. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Wait, that's the official White House Twitter?
Yes.
Fuck me. We live in the worst timeline. That's Destiny,
I don't know what. Oh, is this Destiny?
That's Destiny.
I was gonna say it looks like fucking some video game.
That's Destiny. That's the UI. I mean, it's a bastardization of it, but it's the UI for Destiny for all the yellow exotics. That's just.
You know how I know this isn't
Pit Vipers on too.
Where's the
yeah, the permanent bruise or whatever.
Yeah, obviously. Otherwise,
dude, Trump out here vascular as hell, man. Holy shit.
Oh, wait, I want to know the gear stats. I'm clicking it. Nothing's happening.
Oh, that's so.
That was the first thing I saw. Eyes up, Guardians. Why?
That's crazy too, because that is like proof that whoever's in charge of the White House Twitter is like 26 years old or something. Because like that's the only reason that's relevant is because like Destiny 2 is shutting down. Well, not shutting down. They've stopped supporting Destiny 2. They just recently put out the final Destiny 2 patch, and people are like really mad about it because Destiny's awesome, and so like that's why that's a relevant thing to post. But like no human being in the White House knows what Destiny is. You know what I mean? Like whoever's in charge of that freaking Twitter account is 26.
I love how this community suggested community notes. You can't equip more than one piece of exotic gear or weapon at a time. Source Bungie.net. Ah, fucking
That's a great community note, bro.
this. Oh, another one. This is an image of Destiny 2 inventory altered to contain a pedophile. It does not exist within the game. Source Bungie.net. Oh God, fuck.
Oh, I will say for how much I hate Twitter and for all the things that have happened to Twitter that have made Twitter worse over the years, the community note might be the best thing to happen to any social media site. You know what I mean? Like it's such a goated to just like see posts get just absolutely like roasted, demolished, sources cited underneath like a post. It's the community notes are great.
Yeah, I haven't seen any community notes that were like, I'm sure they exist, but I haven't come across any that have been there that have been like misinformation
Yeah.
or but at best there's like a little bit of cope sometimes.
But no, I
But-
haven't seen one that like seemed crazy or like didn't have or like made a crazy claim and didn't have a source cited. Like that's what's often great about it is that there's links. There's like,
Well, yeah, I mean, have you ever, so I don't, most people probably haven't seen this now that I think about it. But I'm like in the community notes program.
yeah. So you see the proposed community notes
I
and you
see
can
the
propose them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I can just like pull one up. Let's see. Why are they all soccer related? I'm so confused.
The World Cup is happening right now.
Suppose that's
That might
relevant.
perchance be relevant.
Yeah. Okay, so needs your help. Gotcha. Okay, so like this right here. An apocalyptic image of the Venezuelan earthquake. Okay, so proposed note translated from Persian. This video was generated using artificial intelligence and is not real footage of the Venezuelan earthquake. The double earthquake measuring 7.2, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Al Jazeera, BBC, Wikipedia. So then, like, do you ever see the rate button?
No.
I don't know if this is like, so, oh no. This was proposed by experimental AI contributor.
Oh no.
But I mean, honestly, like, so a bunch of these that I've seen, oh God, have been like way far off. Like some of these I've seen have been wrong.
The
like
ones
the
that
AI
are from
things.
AI.
Yeah, I've seen a few that are a little absurd. And when I was working on like researching for my video, there was
Yeah.
I don't know, did I even show? I might have talked about it in my video. I don't remember. What about this one? It's funny that the AI
Is writing it
person.
in.
But so like the post author confirmed in the replies that the video is AI generated. Okay, so that would actually be I mean,
Oh my God. Why did I need
why
to
did I need
Valley?
Valley?
Well, I mean that's
Isn't
cool.
it? I have it. Okay, I don't know. Whatever.
But the community notes are often just a little port in the storm that is the freaking sewer that is Twitter. There's just funny comments. Dude, that reminds me. I was YouTubing. I gotta make sure I mute this. What's the Doom song? Doom soundtrack.
Oh no, not Dune.
No, Doom. The only thing to fear is you. The hardest song to ever be written for any video game ever. The comments on that are so good. Like one of the comments was, "This song makes me feel like I can pull over cops." Oh, this song helped me beat my depression with my bare hands. New Testament, love your neighbors and love your enemies. Old Testament, just like this song. Oh, it's just so good. The comments are amazing. That is literally like the greatest. Yes, Christmas music. That is the greatest video game soundtrack song ever written. Like, it's so good.
I just actually good timing on that. I just rewatched a bunch of videos related to myhouse.wad.
Myhouse.wad?
Yeah. WAD, a WAD file is like they're like modded like Doom levels.
Oh, okay.
And some guy made, yeah, it's a map for Doom 2.
Doom 2.
I'm just literally reading the Wikipedia page. The map is a subversive horror thriller that revolves around a house that continues to change in shape, sometimes drastically through the use of impossible spaces. It's just like a normal house, and you like go through and you kill like 4 or 5 zombie guys.
Yeah.
And then it's like a modern house.
But I
There's
feel like
like a
you showed me this
PlayStation.
or something.
We talked about it at one point
Okay.
way
Okay.
back in the day. There's like a PlayStation in the corner.
Yeah.
Underneath like a flat screen TV, and then like all of a sudden you like look out of like a window at like this really precise angle, and there's like a red orb, like one of the pickups like above
Yeah.
like a trash can. They're like, huh. So then they go outside and you go out, and then there's nothing above the trash can. And then you turn and a bunch of other zombies spawn inside the house. You go to walk inside the house, and suddenly there's like windows on the house that weren't there before.
Yeah.
Like walk in the house and it's like non-Euclidean. Like there's like rooms that when you open them up, there's like other rooms. It's like the person. And if you know how like Doom, like the engine and how it all works, it's like incredible.
That's sick.
How it's all built.
Yeah.
Like, and then at one point, like you turn and you see that now that it's an Xbox, not a PlayStation on the floor. And you suddenly realize that like
that's so cool.
The animations are all like 60 FPS, whereas like before they were like fucking 10 FPS.
Yeah.
And then the music is like the but it's like and all of a sudden like the notes are off and it starts like changing and all of a sudden there's drums in the music. You're gonna open up the like you know how the doors like
yeah.
You're like like a wooden door. It's just like everything changes.
Yeah, and you're just like, what the? In
a way that like technically is impressive if you know anything about how like Doom is art, but it becomes like this fucking cosmic horror basically.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah. And it was like, and I think the story behind it too, I'll have to go back and find the original video. It was just like, hey, someone check out this mod I made, and they like dropped it off on a forum like years ago, and like no one paid attention to it.
And it's just like the coolest thing ever.
And it like blew up like decades later. Yeah, myhouse.wad.
Damn. That's awesome.
Anyway, so I don't know how we got there. Oh,
we need
Doom music.
Yeah, we need the Doom guy to show up in Dune Part 3. I mean, that feels like a perfect crossover.
Oh, yeah. Logging on to Twitter, DMing the president.
Yeah.
Who's on a ship in the North Atlantic that sinks.
Yeah.
And everyone dies.
Yeah. Perfect. Ship it.
And then Doom guy stands up, slow claps, and then fade to black.
Yeah. Post-credit scene. Robert Downey Jr. will return in Avengers Endgame.
Spoilers! Whoa!
Crazy. Speaking of Dune, I've been playing this hilarious game called Sand: So you know it's a great game. It's a great name for a game. Raiders of Sophie, which I think Sophie is the name of a planet. I don't know.
Name of my favorite WNBA basketball player, Sophie Cunningham.
There you go. And it's like Sea of Thieves plus Rust plus Tarkov plus Dune, and it's really funny.
Okay.
So it's like, did you ever play Sea of Thieves?
No, but
Sea
I've
of
seen a
Thieves
bunch
nuts
of
fit
it.
on your face. Sorry. Yeah. So Sea of Thieves, obviously, pirate ship, very like, slow combat. It's you're moving this big ship. It's all about positioning, get your broadside on them, get the cannons, damage the right components. The whole team is like, bailing out water. Some people are shooting the cannons. Some people, it's like, there's just a lot more to it. It's that, but you're on a giant mechanized spider in the open desert. And it moves real slow. And so the combat is almost just like, just replace water with sand, and you have the combat style. But you build your own mech, and you like place the weapons, and there's like huge 80 millimeter artillery, and then you take the shell out, and then you put a new shell in, and then you close the thing, and so it's like you can build it however you want. You put the guns wherever you want. It all has like a resource cost to it. You can crew the ship of up to 6 people. There's all sorts of things that make you go fast.
The ship, like spider
The
mech?
spider, yeah, mech.
Okay.
And you just run around. You just run around the desert, like going to different points of interest, looting up, killing other players, stealing their ship, stealing the shit off their ship, smashing into them, boarding their ship, and like all that type of stuff. And it's like an extraction shooter because you go in and
what's it called again?
It's called Sand. Raiders of Sophie.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of Sophie Cunningham. My new favorite meme from the game the other night.
Oh.
So you're gonna see this everywhere. The crazy thing is that when I made that joke earlier and I refreshed my Twitter homepage, and that post was the top. Like I'm telling you, like someone's listening. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what this game looks like. Okay, it's very I love how the first thing I pull up on YouTube is like a burnt peanut stream.
Yeah.
What like this remind me of?
It
Reminds me the art style is kind of BioShock.
Yes. So a couple of people have mentioned that it's BioShock adjacent in terms of the art style. It's steampunky, which BioShock has, a kind of steampunk aesthetic. It's goofy. It's this weird like combination of almost like friend slop games, but also it's definitely like a real game. And like, so like they built this ship and they're like manning those giant ass guns. And then you can also like FPS shoot across, and you can get a ship a number of different ways. You can like smash into it and board it and take over the ship. You can shoot it until you have destroyed the entire ship.
Is someone like driving?
Yes.
Like
so one person is driving it, and then you man all the weapons. So that guy's driving it in the middle. Then he's manning the weapons, and there's components. So like when you're attacking a ship, you can target its legs, and if you break a leg, it'll slow it down. You can target the crew quarters, making it harder for them to respawn when you kill them on the ship. You can target the reactor. If the reactor blows up, then the whole ship blows up. It's like there's all sorts of like meta to it. So, and it's almost got this like Rust element too, because like a big thing in Rust is how you build your base such that the most important components are the most protected. And it's got that element too, because when you're building your ship, there's all sorts of metas around like where you place the guns, where you place the reactor, because the reactor is like the weak point, and where you place this. And so it's like Rust base building, Sea of Thieves combat, BioShock-esque aesthetic, steampunk, Tarkov, extraction shooter, because like you go and you loot them and you take their guns and you extract, and there's an offline stash, and there's like meta progression. There's a tech tree. You get mats to unlock, and then you can build better mechs. It's like, it's this crazy mishmash, all in this kind of like, it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's very like friend slop in that way. Like it's just about getting you and 5 of your friends to just like laugh your dick off playing this hilarious game. It like really surprised me. I didn't even know it existed 5 days ago, and then we've been playing it like for the past 3 days, and it's been super funny.
What happens when you die?
So like if you die, as long as your ship hasn't been destroyed or the crew quarters on your ship hasn't been destroyed, you can respawn.
Jesus.
Yeah, so that's the explosion. They like fully, and then now he's boarding it, and they. So even
So
though
now if you kill them, they're like perma-killed.
yes,
basically.
now if you kill them, they're perma-killed. Yep. Yeah, and so like you can respawn, and then there's like resources. So like in the captain's quarters and in the bedrooms, if there's food in there, food is a resource that gets consumed when you respawn. So the more food you have, the like faster you can respawn. But unless you go in there and kill it, there's like breach charges you can do to get in other people's ship. Now that they've destroyed it and they've killed all the guys, they're gonna run around and like loot everything off them, and yeah, it's pretty hilarious. It's pretty fun.
Damn, I can't decide. I want to try that out. It looks fun.
There's a solo mode. There's a small crew mode where it's like crews of max 3, and then there's a big cruise mode where the crews are max 6, and then there's 2 different modes. You can play basically a battle royale mode where there's a circle on the map and it just pushes everybody into the middle, but you can like extract throughout. And then there's a persistent mode where it's like the server's up for hours and hours and hours and hours, and you can essentially just live out there in the desert as long as you want, killing as many people, and then you can just extract whenever you want. So it's like, once again, it's just one of those things where like by the nature of it, you're not holding it to a standard of like I'm not playing that being like, I don't know if there's enough meta progression, and there's no kappa for me to get. Like for some reason, I'm not holding it to that standard. It really is just like goofball central. It's just like, it's like
Among Us.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what's the meta progression in Among Us? Nothing. Have fun. And if the game's $7, then how much fun can you have to make that worth it? That game's $20. The devs were hanging out in chat. Like it was just funny. It was just like good vibes. But there is actually a decent amount of like, there's 3 different tech trees that all unlock different things that you can purchase, and different like armored components for your mech and all that kind of stuff. And the looting is very weird. So like when you extract from a raid, because it's like, it's just you basically just have a pirate ship full of booty. Like when you extract from a raid, it just auto divvies up the loot to everybody, but it gives you a screen where it allows you to reject a piece of loot. So it shows you a screen where it's like, this is everything on your ship. And like the nice thing to do is one person has to build the ship. They're using their resources to build the ship. So everybody else refuses those resources that you get. So it's like we're paying him back. Now you don't have to do that, but you want to be nice to the guy that fronted you the ship.
Yeah.
And then when you go into a raid, it's like the Tarkov screen where what gun do you want? What ammo do I want? Stuff like that. But then there's another screen where you can contribute to the ship. So you have to bring the guns, those big guns, you have to install them on the ship at the beginning of every round. And you lose them when you die. So you can like add food to the ship, add ammo, add different types of ammo, all sorts of stuff. It's pretty sick. It's just good fun. It's not, it's not a 10,000 hour game. It literally was just like, oh, $20. That sounds fun. And it's just been like laughs. It's been hilarious. Yeah, it's cool.
By the time this video come out, game's already dead. Steam charts
Game is dead. The Steam charts. What's the Steam charts for Sand Raiders of Sophie?
There's 4 people playing.
There's 14,000 people playing.
Fake news.
Fake freaking news.
People are playing at never before seen levels.
People are playing.
Levels never before seen.
But that game is pretty awesome and pretty fun. You want to know what else is pretty awesome? The sponsor of this video, and that is Ridge. Mother flippin' Ridge wallets. The only wallet you'll ever need again. The perfect minimalist, maximalist wallet. It holds everything you need in the most practical, most useful, small format wallet you'll ever need. I always say I bought like a slim wallet that magnetizes on the back of my phone, and it literally, I could not fit my ID and 3 cards in there. And I was like, that's too minimalist. That's too small. Look at this. These are the same thing, right? When you see him fanning out those 47 cards, look at this. That's this. So it's like this, I don't know how they did it, but it's this perfect thing where it's a super tiny wallet, and yet it can hold, what does it say? It's like up to 12 cards or something. It's yeah, up to 12 cards plus cash. It's got the little strap on the side for some cash. You can replace it with a strap that has a little like air tag spot if you have like an air tag or like a tile or something, which is kind of sick. The designs, the thing about this is the unbelievable amount of designs. So you got the what? Was that burnt Damascus or something?
Burnt Damascus.
I got the carbon focus.
Bro, I had a bro
fiber.
moment. I was at the foot doctor in the waiting room, and the guy there, when I was filling out the little paperwork, there was a guy like 3 seats over that on his lap had the carbon fiber Ridge wallet. And I was like, yo, you know what this dude? He's like, yeah, I love it. He was like 800 years old, dude, and he was rocking the carbon fiber Ridge. That was legendary.
Oh, that's amazing. They've partnered with like NFL teams or sports teams. They have like crazy ones. You can get like, I'm just like, oh yeah, the like test card one, oh yeah, they do have ones that are MagSafe that connect to phones and stuff like that too. They have a crazy amount of designs. They're made from premium. Oh yeah, a bunch of new ones. Hot Rod, Lone Wolf, Thunderbird. Those are new. They're made from premium materials like aluminum, titanium, carbon fiber, which makes them durable. And ooh, what's that one?
It's, dude, the leather.
Oh,
grass looking. Oh, dude, I'm buying that.
The Guy Fieri flames.
Yeah, dang. There you go, Jesse.
Yes, designed by dads. Perfect. Yeah, it's their they have all Ridge products, by the way, have a lifetime warranty. It's literally the last wallet you or your dad will have to buy. Father's Day. I know we're a little late, but if you forgot to get something for your dad, then you can get him this. Over 100,000 5-star reviews. All the wallets have RFID blocking technology to keep you safe from digital pickpocketers. And they sell all sorts of other stuff. They do like rings, luggage, keychains, and then the GOAT. The GOAT is the travel battery. It's so goated. You can plug in a laptop and a phone. You could plug in a laptop, your headphones, and have like your phone MagSafe on it at the same time in this thing. Like it's so goated. It's got the little kickstand if you're watching movies. It's goated. So Ridge is awesome. And for a limited time, Ridge is running their huge Father's Day sale where you can get up to 40% off their best gear. Head to ridge.com/Pogcast. And don't miss out on one of their biggest discounts all year. That's ridge.com/Pogcast for up to 40% off. After your purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Thank you to Ridge for sponsoring this episode. Bang.
Bang bum.
What have you been up to, bro?
I mean, I've just been fucking working on my video, man.
Yeah.
Working on Frankie got me into this software called Obsidian.
Okay.
Which is just like a note-taking, like.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I heard on the podcast talking about using Google Docs. Like, you should check out Obsidian. And so ultimately what it is, I mean, there's a lot of things, but it uses Markdown, which I'm like, I have written a lot of software documentation. It's all written in Markdown.
Interesting.
So like, I'm just like used to that kind of formatting, but it has some like really, really neat features to it. Like, and we're like not sponsored, but this is just like,
yeah.
kind of relevant to my workflow, and I want to shout out Frankie because it's sweet. So like, the cool thing is that like it can link to itself internally, which I know that you could probably do with like Google Docs, but this was just like a lot more intuitive. So to be able to like
link to like another note or another section of a note. Interesting.
Yeah, so like I've just been going through and I'm referencing like a shit ton of like legal precedent. So like I'll go through and as like just a quick reference, I'll just go like ChatGPT, copy paste like the summary of like legal stuff. So then I can just like, if I ever need to double check on what something is, I can just click it and it'll just take me right to it.
Interesting.
And it also has some like really neat, there's like some really cool, really cool stuff around like this like tree thing that I haven't yet exactly figured out. But there's at some point this.
But it looks cool. It looks like
Oh, I didn't realize you could do that. Oh,
It looks like how our consciousness is represented in sci-fi movies.
true. This is, bro, when I get an idea, this is my inner monologue.
Yeah, dude. I was thinking, I was like, this is Veritas's freaking thought cloud.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's cool.
So yeah, I've just been working on the video, cranking it out. I went walking around downtown with the new
yeah.
camera that my dad let me borrow, one of these old Canons, and was just getting like a bunch of footage around town. A couple times we're like borderline, like they could have turned into like makeshift audits. I wasn't intending it. Like I went to town hall and was like, filming town hall out in front, and then I'm like, well, I'll just like peek my head inside, and I walked into town hall and like, and I'm like, at some point someone might be like, sir, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing here, sir? I mean, I wasn't trying for that, but it would have made for interesting content if it happened. But yeah, so I just walked around, got a bunch of cool B-roll around my town.
That's cool.
They just so happened to have like American flags like hanging every 4 feet, which I just thought was like, I just have a bunch of B-roll, which I'm talking about the Constitution constantly in the video, right?
Yep.
So it's so I just have like 900 different angles of like American flags.
Perfect. Flapping in the wind.
Almost witnessed a few car accidents. And you just need to like walk around the city with like a camera. There's no way you're not going to get like interesting.
Yeah. Someone's gonna do something.
I will say there was a guy that looked like a veteran. He was like in a wheelchair. He was like chilling on like a really cool area where there's like a bridge and like a fountain in the water with like a river and just like old buildings in the background. Yeah. And I'm like, I was like gonna be like, dog, can I just like film like this sort of scene?
Yeah.
With you just kind of like chilling. And as I was walking up to it, I feel like I witnessed like a prostitution. Like, I don't know what happened. It was confusing, but I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna walk away. Yeah. I was pulling the Saul Goodman. I was just waiting for someone to get hit. I was just running out in traffic with my camera.
Yes, excellent.
But yeah, so I've just been working on the videos, so I've been watching a million police interaction videos. I've emailed, God, it's so like disheartening. I emailed like the guy who runs the channel, John Lang. I emailed him. I emailed like Long Island audits. I emailed a ton of the auditing channels. I sent a DM to Donut Operator. And I just, there's interviews I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know. I don't want to be like the annoying guy who like the girls leaving him on red on purpose because they're not interested. But also like I don't see emails, and sometimes like there are times where like emails get buried, I don't see it, or like I see them and I'm like, I'm gonna respond to them, but then like I forget, and then a month later I'm like, fuck, and then I go back. And I just never know if like where I am, so I just tend to not do many follow-ups, if any, because it just feels cringe. Which is like so not the way to go. Like if you want to be a successful content creator, bro, you just like, you have to be fucking cringe and shameless. And
dude, I do the same thing. If I message someone, it's like I way overanalyze it. I'm like, oh, they definitely saw it. They definitely didn't respond on purpose. If I send any sort of a follow-up message ever, but then exactly like you said, I miss messages all the time. I miss emails all the time, and I don't get mad when people are like, hey, just making sure you saw this. I'm always like, oh my god, thank you so much. I missed that, but I can't get over that with other people. Yeah.
And then like I'll get fucking 2 emails a week from the same like, hey Veritas, just checking in to see if you're interested in doing the stream for like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Game Boy game or whatever. And it's like, just check it in, and it's like 97 replies to the same email where I'm not responding. And it's like, those people 100%. Are shameless.
Yeah, I feel you. So, damn. Yeah.
So I'm just cranking it out.
Cranking away at that. Yeah, for sure.
Get her done. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice.
Just been playing the same mindless games that I can play while I watch stuff. Power Rock Sim, fucking Slay the Spire. I was watching when you came. I was watching.
Yeah,
So I
what
told you
was
about the
that?
whole. I told you about that whole the like Lego scandal
Yeah, the
that
bricks and
has been
minifigs
going
thing.
crazy. There's no way that like that hasn't like come across your radar at
Yeah,
this.
correct. Yes, it
Like
has.
every YouTuber is fucking talking about it. Yeah, like Legal Eagle, everyone's getting involved. Well, I was watching someone else interview Reckless Ben.
Okay.
And he had mentioned like, oh, one of the previous videos he did. And I was like, you know what? I realized like I haven't watched any of his other videos, or at least I don't think I had. I think there was like one video that I saw that with a red bar was like 3/4 of the way through, but like I don't remember. He might have done a video on flat earthers. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Um,
interesting. Okay.
which I thought I would have seen.
Yeah.
I watched every minute of every piece of flat earth content. I thought,
Yep.
but I'm like, I realized I hadn't watched any of his other content, and so what I was watching was a video that he had done on Reckless Ben about McAmey Manor. McAmey Manor. Apparently it's like the world's like most intense, like scariest haunted house.
Okay.
And like dude, the videos from it are like wild. Like it looks like it should be illegal.
Nice.
So basically he's like, I'm gonna, so a lot of his content I guess is like exposing cults and a few other things I've never seen before.
Mm.
And so this video is like part of his shtick, I think, is that he plays dumb.
Okay.
I think that's part of it. I like hesitate to say because you never know if someone is just a little slow. I don't think he is though. I think he's playing dumb. But he's like, yeah, so I, wanted to check out this this place. It seemed like crazy, whatever. And he's like, yeah, there's like apparently on the website there's like a 16,000 person like wait list, and only one person a week gets to go through this, and no one's ever made it through. If you can get all the way through, you get like $20,000 or something. And he's like, so there's a I'm never gonna get, and like within an hour he gets a response back. It's like, you're in. So it's like,
yeah.
Okay. And then when he shows up, literally what he goes through this whole thing. Now he has to fill out like an NDA and all this crazy stuff. And then when he shows up, this is like what they had him doing. This is like they like had him. They just like covered him in paint and like had him carry. He had to do like, they had a shock collar around his calf, and they had him do like just like a bunch of like exercises for like hours, just to like torture him. And this was just to like get in, apparently, allegedly, to the like haunted house. 100-pound rock in the thing, and they had him like.
What the hell?
And so, it's a bunch of the ways through. He's like, it's crazy. It's kind of almost like there's like no haunted house. He's talking to the guy who like owns the thing, and the guy's like, yeah, there's this like Facebook hate group that they talk all this shit, and he's like, I want them shut down. All the defamation they're doing, like I want to see them like gone. He goes and talks to like the guy in the group, and the guy's like, I don't think there's a haunted house. I think the whole thing's just like a scam. And Ben's like, obviously that's not true. He's like, so the guy's like, I will take down my entire page if he will show you, because one of the things that they talk about is, like the way he describes it. He's like, first of all, I'll never show the haunted house, like what's inside the haunted house. Like, I don't want to give away the secrets. Like, you need to come and try to get through it.
Yeah.
But there's one thing where they cover you in like 100 tarantulas. Thing that you have to like swim underground through like a thing in the water for like 200 yards, like just like crazy. But his yard is like 400 feet by 400 feet. And so it's like, wait, how could any of the things? It's like a 2-mile zip line that he's like, what? Like, none of it makes any sense. He's like, there's supposed to be snakes and rats and all kinds of other stuff. He's like, if he can show you one single animal, a snake, a rat, a tarantula, like whatever, he's like, I'll delete the whole Facebook group. The one that he was like, these guys need to go, they're evil, they're defaming us. And then he gives the challenge to the owner, and the owner's like, well, actually, you know what? Like, I think it's good for us that he's around. Like, it's and he's like, well, you could just show me like a rat or a mouse or any of these things. And he's like, oh, you know what? No, it's better that and it's like, so I'm like halfway through the video, and it's kind of seeming to sound like maybe he just has this. It just seems like a massive bait and switch with like a weird kind of cult element where it's like you just pay a bunch of money to get this experience, and they just like torture you a bunch to make it so that like they make it impossible for you to even get in because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting.
What the hell?
Yeah. But I'm excited to watch all of the other videos. It's crazy. It went from like 700,000 or 800,000 subs to like 1.5 million.
Yeah.
In like a month since the Bricks and Minifigs.
Doubling. That is crazy. I saw like I thought I saw like a headline or something that was like Reckless Ben may be able to release part 3 of the Bricks and Minifigs thing or something. I didn't know what that meant because I haven't watched them.
Someone said something about that earlier too. So there was like some kind of, I want to say it was like a TRO, a temporary restrictive order.
Oh, shoot.
I think that's what it stands for, or something like that. Basically, the court said, like, you can't release this. You have to like take some content down or whatever. But I think maybe they got it modified, the TRO. I don't know. I don't know all the details.
Interesting. Weird. Did anything happen after the like Bricks and Minifigs? They made like an official statement, and they were like the CEO said something, but I don't know if like that, if anything like moved forward from that. Like, has the dude gotten his goddamn Legos back?
So it's like really complicated. CoffeeZilla actually did a video on it.
Okay.
Where he basically did like some forensic accounting with like the limited information we had. And it's complicated. There are like some of the Legos, he like tried to account for it, and it's like, first of all, it was the whole time they've been talking about $200,000 worth of Legos. It turns out it's probably worth like 80 or 100 grand,
which makes sense, right? These numbers tend to get inflated over time as the stories get bigger. Yeah.
And then like 20,000 were like sold, and they've already paid him for. There's like 20,000 that are like unaccounted for. There's like 20,000 that he might have actually like sold on the side, separate from the consignment, and that's like in dispute.
Yeah.
So really, there's like $20,000 missing.
Yeah.
Which
on one hand kind of deflates some of the craziness of the story, but on the other hand is also like, Bricks and Minifigs, was this all worth 20 grand? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I actually spent a bunch of time watching the unredacted footage, body cam footage, because somehow a bunch of the body cam footage from the
from those weird traffic stops.
From the like weird Mormon police stuff. And because like I kept watching a bunch of the things and thinking, like, I was curious from the perspective of like Reckless Ben, like how much of what he's saying is true, because it's easy to like, it would be easy for him to make certain things appear in certain ways to be like a little bit more entertaining. There'd be ways to like, because I mean the accusation against him from like Bricks and Minifigs and all the people involved are that like it's just all edited to look fake, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But so I was like, okay, well, I want to watch the body cam, the unredacted, unedited body cam stuff.
Yeah.
And there was some interesting things, like nothing that would like change the narrative in any meaningful way. There were a few things where I'm like, okay, he edited that in a way that showed these things in this order that makes it look for sure like a lot worse. You know, like the guy that kept calling the police when they were out in Utah to like get the police to like go out and arrest him.
Yeah.
At one point, like he says, like on the police call, like, I have a gun, you know, like he says something along the lines of like, if these kids come on my property, like I'm gonna shoot them. So then because at one point they said like that Ben had people like threatening all this stuff, which was like BS. Ben was also throwing out though, well, this fucking guy said he's gonna shoot us.
Yeah.
You know, when you listen to the full call, it doesn't necessarily change. So much of the heavy lifting is done inside the minds of the viewer.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's nothing about showing that clip that's like dishonest.
Yeah.
But you know that like the takeaway is going to be like, this guy's saying he's going to shoot people. Why are the cops on his side?
Yeah.
But he's like, he made it clear, or at least it sounded like he doesn't even have a gun. He's like, I don't have a gun. I was just telling them if they come into my house, I'm going to defend myself and my family.
Yeah.
Because the guy was lying and saying they keep trying to open up the door. They keep trying to come inside our house when I'm pretty sure they were just sitting in a car around the corner.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so nothing substantially different. Unfortunately, even though they were unredacted, unlike the original body cam videos that they had given him, a ton of it was still muted because the officers would manually mute their body cams, which is really fucking annoying.
Yeah, convenient timing.
Yeah. So anyway, I've just been looking into that because that's been kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
That's that for me. Not much else really going on.
That's dope. Dude, I'm in like my full blown, there's like so much going on. Like variety arc. I played like a different game almost every day this week. I played Tarkov earlier in the week. I played some Marathon this week. I've been playing Sand, Raiders of Sophie, like a little bit almost every day for the couple of days. I played Gray Zone today because they did like a mid-season update. They're trying to like update their game more frequently, which I think is good because they've previously have been doing like one big update a year, which is like, I mean, that's good. Sometimes you got to keep your head down and play the game. But so they did like a mid-season update today, so we played that. Tomorrow, do you remember me talking about the PUBG? The PUBG company is making a extraction shooter called Black Budget, but it's called PUBG Black Budget, but it's not like PUBG at all. But that's confusing because it's PUBG Black Budget. And that they're doing another playtest starting tomorrow. And I'm not like, I want to play it because PUBG Black Budget, dude, this is like so funny how they
should have called it PUBG, like Players Unknown's Black Budget.
PUBG. I'm finding this to be like a theme, which is funny. But so like Black Budget was in so many ways really, really awesome. It was like not thematically, that's not the right word. It got a lot of the like extraction shooter, like what makes an extraction shooter fun, right? Where there's like lots of
what game?
Black Budget.
I thought it was coming out.
It's not out yet, but they've done several playtests. They've done NDA playtests that I was a part of back in the day. They did a public playtest like 6 months ago, 4 months ago, and then they're doing another public playtest now. And when we did that public playtest, there's so much that's so good about Black Budget in terms of like a lot of the elements that like Tarkov has, but like evolved forward. Because we've talked a lot like about how some of the best elements of Tarkov feel like they were accidents that just turned out to be like really good ideas. You know what I mean? And so they kind of like fell into them and iterated from there. Like there's a lot of things in Black Budget that just like feel really cool. And I'm not even going to go into all of them, but like the hideout feels really intentional, really thought out, really cool. There's a ton of content there. I mean, you could just spend hundreds of hours in maxing that, getting all the resources. That's awesome. The way keys work in the game is like a really like cool, clever way to do keys that simultaneously makes them not like so aids if you lose it or so hard to find, but at the same time, like you want to swipe a key and open it up and have there be dope loot inside, but you don't want everybody to have the keys so much that the loot, like there's just like
you explained.
Yeah, there's just like, there's like clearance levels and there's all this kind of stuff. There's a lot about the game that like feels cool as an extraction shooter and feels like is like moving. And like in the center of the map, there's like this like multi-layer lab that goes down below. It's just like, there's a lot of cool stuff.
Is there one map?
Yeah, only one map currently. But the problem with Black Budget was that it just felt, oh yes, that was another thing. The drone delivery. Instead of a secure container, you would bring in a drone. And at any point you could put something in and send the drone away, but it's always a risk because you're like, I only need one more thing. I'm going to wait to see if we find it. But then if you die, you lost all the stuff. So it's like, it was like that. The secure container is a perfect encapsulation of Black Budget. You take the mechanic that is secure container in Tarkov, which has done nothing but like divide the community. Some people think it shouldn't be there. Some people think you shouldn't be able to put ammo in it. Some people think you should be able to put ammo in it. Some people think you shouldn't be able to put anything in it. Some people think you shouldn't be able to take anything out of it. It's just like this whole thing. And so they saw that and they were like, and then every extraction shooter that's come out has either had one exactly like Tarkov's or not had one at all. And they were like, what if we took the why of a secure container, but we just like completely re-engineered it? And like that is such a good like distillation of like, they do that for so many of the other elements of an extraction shooter. The problem was the game was ass. Like it just felt bad to play. Like it's really hard to describe, like you as a gamer would know, like a good player controller versus a bad player controller. There's just something like, it doesn't feel as though there's like latency. Like when I press W, I move forward, but some games feel really good to move around in. WASD, move your mouse, jump. It feels crisp. It feels reactive, the world. And some games just feel really bad to interact with. And Black Budget felt ass to interact with. The gunplay was horrible. The recoil patterns were horrible. It was like, and so that was the bummer of Black Budget, was it was so hard to find the fun in it because the main way you interact with the game was unfun. Yeah. And so that was a hard thing. So and
everything relies on that too. Like your success and failure.
Yes.
It's not just like an afterthought.
Yes. So that's
crazy too, dude. Cause like, fuck, there are so many games whose like 17th thing is like movement. And yet like dude, Power Washing Simulator movement is like,
yeah.
And yet it
feels good, intuitive.
It's like very satisfying to like fucking zoom around. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the best parts of Arc Raiders is how the vaulting and the movement and you climbing over an obstacle and the roll and the recoil of the guns, and they were able to make everything feel snappy and fun to shoot because you're shooting robots. It's not just humans. And so like that was the thing about that game. Tarkov, you know, it's funny when the only game I had ever played was Tarkov, I was like, Tarkov movement feels like ass. And the more games I play that aren't Tarkov, I'm like, fuck, the movement in Tarkov is so good. I think not because it's good, but it's because it's good relative to games that are trying to compete with Tarkov that for some reason don't make it good. Like the
Yeah,
finals has the best movement
play.
I've ever played in any game ever. Like that's the tightest, crispest movement ever. Tarkov is a far cry from that, but it's somehow better than, it's way better than Gray Zone. It's way better than Black Budget. It's way better. It's like, I don't know how, but it is. But anyways, so that was the resounding feedback after the last playtest. And I'm not necessarily like, I think the PUBG company is owned by Krafton. And like every time you start talking about this stuff, people are like, Krafton or Tencent or this or that, or all these companies, they're bad. EA, Activision, they're never going to make a good game. Like maybe there's some merit to those conversations, but my general outlook on life is more good games, more better. Like if a dope game comes out and it's made by Krafton, I'm okay with it's a dope game. Like, you know what I mean? Good games are good games. I don't know. Maybe that's not a nuanced enough take, but
Krafton?
Yeah, they're like
software publisher.
Yeah.
But then you have to realize like it's like a publisher. Like how much of the game
Oh, I didn't know Tencent owns GGG.
How much of a game
That's what I'm saying.
It's like determined by like the publisher.
We're getting in the weeds because some people would say if it's attached, if more than 1.5% of the company is attached to another company that's attached to Tencent in any way, shape, or form, then the game is going to be asked because the publishers are sitting in the rooms. Like it gets weird where people just hear those names. So I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is what I'm intrigued by is that was the resounding feedback after that last playtest. Well, okay, most people's feedback never got past this game feels ass to play. Some people who gave it a little bit more shake like me were like, there's a lot of good stuff in here. It just also feels like ass to play. So that was like 4 or 5 months ago. And they're like, hey, we're doing another non-NDA'd, but it's a playtest. They're not releasing the game. So I'm just like, I genuinely want to play that game for like an hour tomorrow. And I just want to see if they I'm going to be able to tell immediately if they took the feedback in. You know what I mean?
Is it open or closed?
I think it's like it's not NDA'd, but I think you need an invite.
Well, here's what I need. I need you to tweet at them.
Okay, at Black Budget, bro.
At Black Budget. Yo, hook up my homie. Just kidding. Listen to the last episode.
Yeah,
if you don't know what we're talking about.
So that's tomorrow, and I'm just like intrigued by that. And then also tomorrow begins the WARDOGS pre-alpha, which I still didn't get an email from them officially. But like I said, a homie from chat hooked me up with a friend code like 3 days ago. So
did they like DM you on Twitter maybe?
No, because I follow them. So if they did DM me, I would have said,
how dare you?
Yeah, it's fine. But anyway, so that starts tomorrow. Now I can't stream that, but I can I think I can talk about it. It's an NDA where they're like, you can share your thoughts and experiences, but like you just can't.
Or the whole thing, just put a fucking nice Gaussian blur over the footage.
Yeah. That's what Chad was trying to convince me to just like stream just my camera, full screen, muted gameplay, muted mic. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? Just like a 6-hour stream where it's just my camera, no audio. Maybe I put some lo-fi music behind it.
Kind of.
But so I'm super excited about that. Just because it's a game I've been excited to play and I'm going to be able to play it and test it out. I don't think that necessarily we're going to get like a release date this weekend or anything, but
was your latest
video
just a lot
going on.
Was that about WARDOGS?
That was, yes.
Yeah, I saw that it was doing pretty well view wise.
Dude, yeah. Dude, and you know what's funny? Like if we can talk a little like YouTube Inside Baseball, some really interesting stuff. So the two types of videos, like I've gone through a lot of turmoil with my YouTube channel over the past 18 months, 2 years, and I've tried a bunch of things and I've kind of like honed in on like, there's really only two types of videos I'm interested in making right now. Not forever, just like right now, these are the types of videos I enjoy making. What we talk about most of the time, which is the like narrative, like gameplay, like there's some sort of like story, to it. Like I'm trying to accomplish a goal or I've given myself a challenge and like a lot of those videos are Tarkov videos, and those are fun. They're like long form, hour long, hour and a half long. They perform the best. They're fun videos to make. But the other type of video is like a highly scripted, like basically, like the way I've been talking about it to the editing team. This isn't like an official title, but like JesseKazam takes, because I'm not reviewing games. I'm just kind of giving my take on it. Like
Jesse yaps.
Yeah, JesseKazam yaps pretty much is like so. But those videos are fun to make and have been performing decently well as well. Like my Tarkov and my Arc Raiders one, those are all both like up to 1 million views. I've done some on some other ones. But anyways, I had this WARDOGS one and I really wasn't sure how it was going to do. And the inside baseball is the title of the video. I did the A/B testing thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
because I've seen this. I've seen it a ton.
What?
The video. And I never want to. I never want to click. I'll never click on any of your videos unless I'm gonna watch it. I don't. Because I don't want to I feel bad with like
the retention thing. Like yeah,
the watch time. So I'm like, I'm not gonna click it. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So I didn't click it, but I can never tell, dude. Every fucking video. Every video these days about shooters. All the I can't tell, and like there's. Honestly, this should be like a Rilo video essay or something.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I can't tell what video game anyone's talking about anymore because they all look
so
the same.
That was something I was worried about with the thumbnail, because like when not that thumbnail specifically, but when I went to make a thumbnail for this video, because I was like, there's no like asset that's like unique to WARDOGS. Like it's just guy with gun. You know what I mean? And the game isn't big enough yet that like you would recognize like the logo. There is a logo
or the character face,
but exactly
or whatever.
So, but that's kind of what I'm talking about with the title. So it's so funny because I had all these titles swimming around in my head where it was like, what makes WARDOGS feel so different? Why does WARDOGS feel different than all the other FPS games? Hold on, WARDOGS might actually go crazy. Like I had all these titles that were floating around. And when I did the A/B test, I put 2, and then just at the very last minute, I was like, what if I made one that didn't have WARDOGS in the title?
I was just gonna say, because that's the one I got, was like this game.
Yeah, finally an FPS game all about making money.
Yeah.
And that title crushed immediately and won the A/B test. It had like 40%, and the other two were like...
I think because you probably ended up, which is interesting because like this is something that I might have thought, like the logic would maybe persuade me away from doing that, even if that would be like better, because I'd be thinking if people don't know what the game is, they're gonna click it thinking it's about Tarkov or about Arc or whatever. They're gonna realize, it's not about that, so I don't care.
Yeah.
But technically, like if the video is basically saying, here's a video that hasn't a game that you might not know about but might interest you, and basically like here's what it does differently, here's why it's good, that might retain, you might end up retaining.
That's basically, now this is all post hoc rationalization, right? This is like after, of course, the video's got 128,000 views. I'm like, well, of course, do you see, this is why it works. Know that with YouTube, you never know what the fuck is ever going to work before you post. And then when your video pops off, we all talk like we knew it was going to work. Right?
It's obvious why. And we're probably all still like only fucking 10% right.
As I analyzed the fact that this video did so good, that had basically been my conclusion, where if you know about a game, if I made a video about Battlefield, everybody knows what Battlefield is. So that if I make a video like why Battlefield 6 is different than all the other Battlefields, you know what that is. But if I'm making a video game about a game you don't know about, my thought is if I'm like, why WARDOGS feels different, it's just, well, I don't know what that game is. But if I tell you why WARDOGS feels different, but not talk about the thing, you might be like, oh, that sounds like something that would interest me. So it's like, why WARDOGS feels different is because finally a game that's just all about making money, and I love making money. And so if you love making money, like in games, if that's your thing, when you see that title, it's like, that is more effective than saying the game name. Because if I say the game name, you're going to be like, I don't know that game. Why should I care about that game? So you lead with, hey, here's a game you should care about because of this. And then if you care about those things, you're like, oh, a new game about this? Right? You know what I mean? So that was my my thought there. And once again, Rilo, I love shouting out Rilo. He's like my favorite freaking YouTuber of all time. Huge inspiration for that. Some of his most popular videos are videos where he doesn't say the title of the video game in the thing, or at least it's not the most prominent thing. It's like, hey, here's this fucking awesome thing. Do you like awesome things? And it's like, yeah, I like awesome things. And then you click on it and he happens to tell you about this awesome thing that happens to be this cool video game or whatever. And so it's just funny how that was like the last minute thing. I had written 10 different titles that all had the words WARDOGS in them. And right before I pressed post, I was like, one of these three should just not. And I came up with that off the top of the dome. It won immediately and the video's got 130,000 views. And I'm just like, crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
What percentage did it get? Like more than 40?
40. Yeah. So the others had 30. The others were basically even, which leads me to believe if I had done the other two were so close to each other, it leads me to believe if I had done another like WARDOGS is awesome because of X, it would have just been 33, 33, 33. You know what I mean? So, and I noticed a decent, so like the line was going like one direction, and you know how like the A/B test will, I don't know what exactly how it does it, but if
it'll cut off early.
Yes, if one of them is doing well enough, then it'll cut off early, which I appreciate because it knows. So basically you see that the line is going one direction, and when it decided for me, hey, we're going to pick this one, it didn't go crazy. It just went up a little bit because it was like more people were seeing that one, and it was showing me that one was more effective. So, so yeah, but yeah, that was my video on WARDOGS. I got to interview the community manager and the UI UX designer for like an hour and just ask questions about the game. And so I put some of that in there. It was like a scripted video, but then I also, when it was appropriate, I put some of that in there because they had some really awesome things to say about like balance. They had some really awesome things to say about a lot of things, but they had like some really cool takes on like balancing a game. And because I asked them like, you know, what's your approach? And they just went off. Like it was one of those things you could tell they talk about this all the time. And they were just talking about how like, they were like, we see games all the time where it's like a patch note 1 month is like, we reduce the damage on this grenade. And the next month they bring the damage back up. And the next month they bring it back. Like they're just playing this ping pong. And they were talking about how that sends like a really weird message to the community. They were talking about how like, they were talking about how like, we would rather give you tools to fight a thing that may be unbalanced than just like blindly nerfing and buffing a thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they talked a lot about like literally one of the things he said is like something might be overpowered, but how much fun is the community having with it? You know what I mean? Like, can we be informed by this thing maybe is used more than we thought, but it's being used in a way where like people are like loving it and enjoying it. And like, so they just had like, you know, really cool stuff to say about that, especially when they were talking about like, you know, when people are like, you should do this like Tarkov, you should do this like Battlefield, you should do this like this. And they're just like, well, we're WARDOGS. We do it differently. You know what I mean? And so like they had a lot of cool stuff to say. So yeah, that video is doing well. It's crushing, which is always a very addictive feeling. Have a video that's doing like, you know, to see that 1 out of 10, it's just like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah. So yeah, just like lots going on, lots of gaming stuff going on, which is exciting.
I was watching it was 1 or 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago now. I was watching this whole series on this like weird like cult that like arose from some like romance guru guy. I don't even remember what it was called.
Okay.
And was just watching like a few different people like dude like takedowns on this guy, and all I was thinking about was how this is something we'll have to like keep in our back pockets. If someday you get where I'm at, where you're like, I'm just kind of over gaming, bro, we will just have to make a channel where we're like Rhett and Link style.
Yes.
Well, actually, this is not at all in Rhett and Link style, but I just picture us kind of just
yeah.
We're two white dudes with beards, I guess. Yeah, we make a romance cult, exactly. No, we could literally just go after like cults and like expose them, and like we do a ton of research, and then like me and you could like make like a trip somewhere and actually like do the camera work and stuff with each other. And like I just was just thinking about how like, you know, with like your like previous sort of like religious experience and like dealing with that, and then my like historical like skeptical experience, I don't know, I just feel like it would be
that
kind of a
could be fun.
Could go hard.
That would be fun. That would be fun. I want to get to a point in life where I have enough money to just like decide I want to do that with you for like a month. You know what I mean? Like, it's in the spot where it's everything in terms of content I have to weigh against like, oh, but what would I lose? And like, could I afford to like, you know, lose subs for a month? It's like, man, winning would just be like, I don't need $1 million. I don't need $1 billion. I don't need to like win the lottery, but to just be able to be like, bro, let's go investigate a cult for 3 weeks. Be like, fuck yeah, dude, let's do it. You know what I mean? That would just be so fun. Oh, that would be sick. That'd be sick.
Yeah, and it's not like, unfortunately, it's not even like a
belief maxing.
like a GoFundMe or even like a kind of angel investor sort of thing. Like,
yeah,
it would solve that problem, right? Because it's like, even if one video popped off, you would still have lost out on potentially like a month of FPS gaming content growth and blah blah blah. And so like it would you need someone just like send Jesse Powerball tickets or something,
please. Just like anybody got like a couple of Bitcoin laying around? Anybody SpaceX IPOers?
A couple of Bitcoin. I don't know what $100 grand. If someone gave you $100 grand cash, would that allow you to take? I don't think like that would allow you to take like a month off.
No. I mean, obviously that's enough money to take a month off, but that's not enough money to like change my life such that whenever I wanted to, I could just take a month off. You know what I mean? If someone gave me $100 grand right now, it would like, we would finally be able to like fix the second shower in our house that hasn't worked since we got here. That keeps being put on the back burner because the dishwasher broke and the AC broke. You know what I mean? It's like,
God damn it, dude. Fucking. And just know that there are like AI slop channels and people like Asmongold, who are just disgustingly rich.
Yeah. Sad.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad, Mitten. But yeah, so I mean, it's like, I mean, life's been good over here. I've been like, nothing's going crazy or crushing, but like I'm making content that I am enjoying making. I've got like, it's funny because like the long form Tarkov content that traditionally did really well on the channel is like kind of bombing. Like I posted a couple, they got like 12, 15,000 views, but it's like, that's okay. Like I'm really I'm in a mode where for the past couple of years, I have been chasing something. I've been like chasing, oh, this game is going to be the game I can like make a bunch of content in and blow up, or like this game, or this is the content that made me blow up in Tarkov, so I'm going to do this. And for the first time in a while, I feel like I'm making something. Like I'm just like making content I think is cool. The type of content I like to watch, the type of content that I feel like shows off my strengths. And my hope and belief is that like by just doubling down on that, refining that, getting better at that with every video and doing that consistently, that that will pay off long term. You know what I mean? Obviously the WARDOGS video is popping off. If every video had 130,000 views, I'd be feeling great, right? but that's on the back of 2 videos that got 14,000 views. So, you know what I mean? It's like, but so like I'm feeling good about content for the like my YouTube content for the first time in a while, and hope that that just like eventually translates to more success on YouTube, more success on Twitch and stuff like that. And so it's definitely good vibes. Like the fact that, you know, 2 years ago I would have been terrified to play 5 different games in a week. And this week I played 5 different games so far and I'm loving it. You know what I mean? And like Tarkov is still taking like 50 to 70% of my time, which is good because that's the game I'm the most known for. That's the game I get the most views on and the most subs. And like, that's awesome. And that's great. And I'm excited about a lot of the stuff that's happening in Tarkov, but it's just nice to kind of finally be at that point where I can also just like play whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? And enjoy that too. So.
Dude, all I was just thinking about was,
Excuse me.
Like, I don't know if I was just like early to this game and metaphorical game, and it's kind of coming true a little bit later now, or if I'm just disconnected, so I'm not like seeing the full picture, but I get the impression that like it's easy to think of like FPS gaming as like a zero-sum game, whereas like if Tarkov is dying, if it went down by 1 million whatever metric, then some other game has gone up 500,000, and then some other game has gone up 500,000.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like the whole market is kind of down. Like if your Tarkov stuff isn't doing well, to me, all I'm thinking is like, who still watches Tarkov content? It was like the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah.
But again, like I'm disconnected.
No,
so, like,
that's a fair.
There's still like 15,000 people watching Landmark play Tarkov. I don't know.
So there's like the answer is genuinely yes and no. Like there are. I think so. Tarkov is in a category of games that I think for most people is more fun to watch than play. And that's reflected in, I think, the disproportionate viewership on YouTube versus Twitch. Like Twitch viewership for Tarkov is down, but like I can shout out a couple Sleeks, Liege, Leth. These are some YouTube channels that do Tarkov that kind of like they're like the third wave, like Deadly and Cotton and you. I don't know if you were in like the first wave or the second wave, because I feel like I came
after Deadly.
Yeah,
Cotton.
But I feel like I came after you.
I was a new guy.
Maybe they were the first wave, you were the second wave, I was the third wave. The fourth wave of guys that like never left, that are they've all got channels that have like 30,000 subs, 50,000 subs, 60,000 subs, and all their videos are outperforming mine. And it's long form Tarkov content. Like they're getting 50, 70, 100,000 views per video. So I think that like there is an appetite for Tarkov content, especially stuff that's not like Tarkov news. Like people like to watch people play Tarkov. Tarkov is a game where a higher percentage of the tension is translated to the watcher. Like more than any other game I played, when I clutch up a 1v4, chat goes nuts. Like when you clutch up a 1v3 in Arc Raiders or like a 1v4 or whatever in Marathon, people are like, yo, nice shot, GG's. But like that fight you're in for like 14 minutes on Woods with the 3-man and you kill them all, like it's just like, I more of that translates. And other games I would put in that category are like Rust and DayZ. And those are games that go crazy on YouTube, even though their like Twitch category is relatively small. It's just this game that's like fun to watch. And so I'd put Tarkov in that. So, but I do think that what you're saying is also true, where like the meta category of like FPS games is kind of going through somewhat of a lull. I think we've
because every story that's ever been told has been told.
Yes.
Every highlight video has already like,
and I think that's even translated in the mechanics of games where it felt like for a while the only way FPS games innovated was innovation through like quantity. There's just like more to do, more quests to do, more things to do, more ways to progress. There's a hideout, there's this, there's that. And I think that there was a fatigue that set in. I think for a while we were all riding a high of like, oh, this game feels new, it feels fresh, it feels fun. But like, I feel like so much of the FPS landscape demands, like even a game like Battlefield 6, the number one criticism of Battlefield 6 was the arbitrarily high barrier for progression. In a game like Battlefield 6, the only progression is just like leveling up, and the more you use a gun, the more attachments you unlock. But because the industry had said progression is the current addiction, they just made it like you would have to play like 400 hours with the M4 to get all the attachments. And everybody was like, what are we doing? Like, and they had to like way lower it over time. And so I think that's why you're seeing this like huge rise in like the friend slop games. Like, have you seen the Mecha Chameleon game? The hide and seek where you paint you're this little white blob and you hide, but you can paint yourself during the hide phase. So you try to like paint yourself to blend in with the background. Like that game sold like 7 million copies in like 10 days. We're seeing this resurgence in like games that are just fun for the sake of fun. There's no progression, there's no meta, there's no stash, it's just fun. And I think that's, you know, I'm saying like both can be true. I think Tarkov viewership will remain high for a long time on YouTube because it's just a fun game to watch. But I think the FPS space is in this place where, yeah, like everything has been done and we're all tired of feeling like we have to like sweat to get everything done. And so lots of people are just like having fun with goofy games, you know?
Bro, I'm just like looking at YouTube, looking at a few of the things, just to see like if anything's like popping off. And I went to just my YouTube home feed, clicked on gaming. Fucking third thing is myhouse.wad. Inside Doom's most terrifying mod, 18 million views. But 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like trying to see like what's popping off now. 4 months ago, I lived in a secret bridge base in Rust.
Rust, I'm telling you.
Rust, somehow still popping off.
Mm-hmm.
Prop hunt, but with paint.
That's the game.
8.8
Mecha Chameleon
million views.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
But like, oh my good God.
Yep.
Oh my.
It's amazing. God. The game is amazing.
But so I was just thinking, so like I remember Charles Cornell. I don't know if you ever seen this guy. He does a bunch of music.
I don't think so.
I mean, 2 million subs. Yeah. I mean, he went. I'm sure you've seen one of his videos. He went like hard back in the day.
Okay.
It's so funny. 5 or 6 years ago is like the golden age for Tarkov. Like it was the golden age for like YouTube content, and while I was also making content, and consuming content, you know, all of these videos are getting 2 million views. I mean, he was popping off. Another channel was Andrew Huang. You ever seen him? Another music channel.
No.
2 million. I mean, the subs, you know, 14 million, 18 million, 8 million. He used to do this thing called 4 producers, 1 sample. So he'd give a sample and then basically they all, you know, 4 million views, just like crazy. All kinds of really cool mashups, millions and millions of views. Chris Ramsey, I used to watch. Now he blocked me on Twitter because.
Oh, I think we talked about this guy. He
said something dumb about UFOs.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you're smarter than that.
Yeah.
7 million subscribers. 20. I mean, he did puzzle boxes.
Yeah.
A bunch of magician stuff. 10 million. Now, looking at these guys' channels, his latest videos, 14K or 200K, not bad, but like 50K.
Yeah.
Like this 100. I mean, yeah. So I mean, these numbers are like, I'd be happy with these
for
numbers.
Sure.
You'd be happy with these numbers.
Sure.
I'm sure he's probably like feeling not great about 50,000.
Yeah,
views.
coming from 5-6 million. Yeah.
Andrew Huang now 39K, 73K, 25K, 27K. Like Chris Ramsey 42K, 37K, 47K. Like damn, dude. It's just like so many channels just aren't doing what they used to, and I don't know like what's changing with YouTube. If like you have to wonder if like certain things just in a way it almost feels like self-fulfilling, like for whatever reason the YouTube algorithm like not propped them up, but
yeah,
I mean like by definition it has to like put it out right in front of bajillions of people. My guess is that these videos used to go out in front of 1 million people, and that's what would help them get to 1 million views, whereas now they're probably going out to 10,000 people for whatever reason, and you wonder if like if it's because people really loved the content and everybody watched every video for like a year and then they all got sort of tired of it, or if the algorithm changed in some way, or if their content changed in some way.
It's hard to tell. I mean, like at a cursory glance, it looks like a lot of those videos, a lot of the videos on the channel that are current looked by the thumbnails and titles a lot like those videos from 5, 6, 7 years ago. And I think like on some level, you do kind of have to evolve. I mean, like just think about, just think about the type of person, like this is an interesting question. At what age do you think the people spend the most amount of time on YouTube? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and not even to psychoanalyze that too much, but let's just say like 27-year-olds,
32.
Let's just say 27-year-olds are the age of the people that spend the most amount of time on YouTube. Some of those channels you pulled up, their most popular videos were 7 years ago. So a 27-year-old is now a 34-year-old. Not only do they spend less time on YouTube, but they're probably just interested in less things on YouTube. And the people that are now 27 were 20 when their content was popping off. So it's like there's got to be some amount of that that's also just like the internet is just like, we've talked before about how like there's so many sub-generations now. Like it used to just be like Gen Xers, millennials, boomers. But now it's like, it almost feels like every 2 years, there's a different flavor of Gen X or Gen Z, or sorry, not Gen X, Gen Z or like, you know what I mean? Gen Alpha, because of just how fast the internet moves. So there's got to be some level of that. But even to apply that to myself, right? Like I can't just look back and see the 4 videos I did 5 years ago when Tarkov was popping off and be like, oh, I should just make more of that, because most of those Tarkov people are probably like playing other games or doing other things, or like they have kids now, so they don't play as much Tarkov. It's like, it really is this weird thing.
Well, the hard part is that like if they changed and you saw those numbers, it would be like, if it wasn't broke, don't fix it. If they didn't change and their numbers,
yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying. Like
you can justify it. You can explain.
You can retroactively justify it, of course, both ways. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, I think like when, like, let me think. Yeah, so I feel like in this case, so you were saying, or at least your hypothesis was like their stuff looked like it was the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they weren't evolving, they weren't changing. So like, all these the puzzle box stuff was what was popping off. And like the like magician reaction stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like he started adding in more stuff that was like magic related, but not like replying to like Penn and Teller's Fool Us, but like talking about sleight of hand stuff and whatever. And I feel like that's like when things, like just a card trick thing, right? Like I think this was him trying something totally different. 50,000 views. Then he goes and does a puzzle, 1.2 million.
Yeah.
Then he does a thing where he's like reacting to certain other kinds of content, 100K. And then I just remember like one of his first videos that was like, the truth about my channel. my response, I'm starting over. I made a new channel. So I think a lot of it was like, I think depending on what channel you watch, some of it is them changing and trying to switch it up. Some of it isn't.
But are there any channels that were in their prime 7 years ago that are still close to their prime in terms of numbers?
Fucking, I don't know. That's Smitty. I remember Smitty. I hadn't heard of Smitty since 7 years ago when I was watching him make like CS:GO.
I don't know who that
videos. That's the one who had the 8 million view paint video from 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I hadn't seen him.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I'd be interested to see.
And I bet you it's all the same, probably all the same shit. 2 million, 5 million, 1 million, 8 million, 3 million.
Yeah, now go to popular.
8 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 7 years ago.
Yeah, Among Us stuff. I mean, that makes sense.
1 year ago.
But that kind of makes sense because that is like when you're a gaming channel that makes videos about whatever game is popular in the moment, you are simultaneously not changing your content while changing your content. Mm-hmm. Because when you're a guy that makes videos about magic tricks, you know, how do you do that for 7 years? But what I'm trying to say is like, I'd be interested. This is a hypothesis. This isn't like I'm stating this as like a fact of YouTube.
Yeah.
My hypothesis is that like, only because I just went through this. It's like, my hypothesis would be that there are very few channels that make content about a specific thing that did it for 7+ years at within 10 to 20% of their peak viewership. I believe that probably happened, but it's rare. So it's like, what I would say as a general rule of thumb is like, if you want to be a YouTuber for 10 years, your content has to evolve over that time. That doesn't mean when you try to evolve it, it will work initially. That's literally the lesson I am learning, where like I did a whole bunch of stuff in Tarkov and I was like, oh, I don't want to be a Tarkov guy. I want to change it. And then the first couple of things I changed it to didn't work. And it makes me feel like, oh, well, I have to just do Tarkov or whatever. But that's not necessarily the answer, right? You know what I mean? It's like, because we both know how much of it is skill and how much of it is luck. If I had come to Tarkov later and made my exact same videos, maybe that hole would have been filled. If I had come to Tarkov earlier and made my exact same videos, maybe people didn't want that in Tarkov. I kind of got, like, I worked really hard, but I also kind of got lucky that it was like perfect timing right before COVID, right before that popped off. So it's like attempting to adapt the content and then just saying, look, I tried something different and this video got 30,000 views. It's like, yeah, but you might have to try 100 different adaptations of the content before you find the one that is equally like feels true to you, you are excited to make, and is doing better than the, like, you know what I mean, than your content. So it's like, I also feel like that's a trap where people are like, well, look, I tried another thing. It's like,
I mean, the hard part is that like, if you're established,
yes,
you're not allowed to have a dip in numbers.
Yes,
you're not allowed.
No, exactly, 100%.
You're not allowed to, which of course is why like the people that stay relevant forever, they either have to like clickbait, trend, like follow, yeah.
So I mean, it is interesting stuff, but yeah, I'm in a pretty decent spot where I feel like that. I feel like I'm refining the content that has done the best for me so far, attempting to, like most of the videos I have in the works right now are about Tarkov because that's the game I'm playing the most. But, and this might sound like a subtle difference to someone who's not in like YouTube, but like I'm going from making Tarkov videos to making videos about Tarkov.
Yeah.
The key there is the skill I'm honing is how I make videos. Right now, they're about Tarkov because that's the game I'm playing the most. But I'm setting myself up such that if I go and play other games, I feel very confident in how I make videos that I could make videos about those games. Whereas the first 6 years of my career, I was making Tarkov videos. I was only interested in how to make a video better about Tarkov. And so while right now it may seem as though my content is very the same, the way I am looking at it and the way I am refining it and the things I am interested in changing and learning about my videos have nothing to do with Tarkov. They have everything to do with like how to tell stories and how I like making videos and how I like scripting videos and how I like researching videos and how I like presenting videos and how much entertainment versus drama do I like videos. And I feel like...
And everything you've learned about gaming, game design, FPS games, balancing.
And I feel like refining those skills and leaning into those skills right now, even though I'm currently playing a lot of Tarkov, are going to be much more beneficial skills for me to then take to other games. Because that was... I would often fall flat with a lot of my videos about other games because I was trying to make Tarkov videos about Delta Force or Tarkov videos about ABI or Tarkov video, you know what I mean? Because that was the only thing I knew how to do. And so
when you say you fall flat, you're referring to how the videos performed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a devil's advocate, they might have been great videos that you just got cucked by.
Yeah. To a certain extent, I think maybe, but I actually think that like some of them were, but some of them weren't. Some of them were just like literally me just like copy pasta. I did this exact thing in Tarkov. You know, it's very just like, I just, you know, here's how the firing range works in Delta Force. You know what I mean? And it's like, that wasn't as big of a deal in Delta Force as it was in Tarkov. It was a big deal in Tarkov because we had Tarkov for 4 years prior to that, and it actually changed the game a little bit, but it came in, you know, so it's like that's not art. That was just me like, I made this video about Tarkov, so certainly it'll work about Delta Force. And it's like, that's not necessarily how it works. But
that was, you trying to be formulaic in a way where the formula didn't.
To your point, my most viewed video of all time is about Arc Raiders, even though I'm a Tarkov channel, because that video was a video I wanted to make that happened to be about Arc Raiders. That wasn't, I was trying to make a Tarkov video about Arc Raiders. Like, that was the difference. That was the one where I was like, oh, I just have something to say and I want to say it. And I want to say it in my own voice and I want to say it the way I want to say it. And for some reason that resonated, like, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, it's, the game is crazy. The YouTube game is crazy, but I feel not necessarily confident in success, but more confident that I am using my time more wisely, just refining the skills of making videos, whatever game that happens to be about, as opposed to just trying to make the best Tarkov video or the best Delta Force video or whatever, you know what I mean? And so we'll see.
Interestingly enough, this has been like something that, I don't know, sort of been in the back of my head that I feel a little like I can't decide if I'm like onto something or if it's like kind of stupid. But there's a part of me that's been thinking lately that like there's a world where like Patreon, like, I don't want to say takes over the space, but there's been a kind of a confluence of things all together that have kind of hit all at once. One, I recently heard someone, God, I don't know who it was. It might have been Destiny. I'm not really sure. Talking about how, and this kind of goes to my most recent video, one of our biggest problems today might actually be the like curated algorithmic home feed.
Oh yeah, we talked about this on the PP a little bit. Yeah.
And like if they were to like, let's just say tomorrow they banned like home feeds.
For you pages.
The infinite scroll for you. That would, in so many ways, be like actually kind of incredible.
Yeah.
Not only like culturally, I think it would be good, but also as like a creator, because then you're not tailoring your content to an algorithm.
Yeah.
Because that's not how people are consuming it, right?
Yeah.
It's a much more like focused kind of thing. Kind of more akin to like Patreon, where you opt in, right?
Yeah.
Because like nobody uses like their subscription feed
No.
anymore on YouTube. Everyone thinks they do. Your home feed is not your subscription feed. When you go to youtube.com, that brings you to your home feed, which is their own algorithm feed with your shit splattered through, with your subscription splattered through, which is why so many people are like, your video didn't show up in my feed. I was subscribed. And you know how many years people were like, YouTube's suppressing your video because it didn't show up in my feed. And they were just confused with like what was home feed versus subscription feed. So there's like that whole discussion that was kind of in my head, just thinking about how like I think about a universe where that exists, and I'm like, oh, like my content is the kind of content that would be rewarded. The what I think, and your stuff too, like high effort, high quality, stuff that isn't algorithm chasing. And then that whole bricks and minifings thing happened, and the creator, the founder of Patreon, did the base thing and was like, fuck you, we got the cease and desist, we're not taking your shit down. Which almost to me was like, yo, I wonder how many people are going to be like, yeah, like fuck all these other platforms, because like YouTube has such AIDS, you know, like copyright stuff. So I've just been wondering, like, there's a universe where people just get fed up, and everyone ends up going with like the Patreon model, where they all just sub for like $1 a month to a bunch of YouTube channels, where they get like a bunch of perks above. You know, I mean, that's what YouTube was like kind of going for with the whole like channel
memberships. Dude, same with like, have you heard of Nebula, which is something that very confusing, because every single person sponsored by Nebula, it's their platform. I don't know what it is. They all get like 0.1% equity in the company or something.
They're all,
I'm pretty sure they're all told to say my streaming service Nebula, because they're like whatever. But I see what you're saying, and that really is an interesting thought. It's crazy because, like, you know, you were saying people don't use the YouTube sub feed anymore. You know what else I'm finding we don't use much anymore? The search bar. Like, if I need to know how to, like, remove the background in Photoshop, I type that into YouTube. But if I'm just sitting down to watch a video, I have subconsciously relinquished that. Like, I'm like, I'll just refresh the home feed. Whereas prior to the algorithm, you had to type like Call of Duty videos, and then that's how you would find the right. And so it's like I myself too, I'm not even saying like young people, I have relinquished. A part of my subconscious believes YouTube will find a better video for me than what I'm sitting down to find. And so, yeah, exactly. Yours and mine is the type of content that people find when they're like looking for stuff. They're like, oh, dude, my neighbor's a flat earther, and they see your video and it's like the defining thing. But when we all just like plug into the matrix and kind of just like think, well, yeah, like what's the best video on the internet for me to watch right now? YouTube will tell me that. We don't even search much anymore. And I find that to be an interesting kind of thing as well. And I'm very much in that camp. Yeah.
That's why I thought that it was kind of fascinating. I started to notice the other day. Have you noticed anything at all with YouTube's search feature recently? So I don't know. I think it's like one of those things they're kind of like rolling out. It's like I can't like consistently get it to show up. Maybe it's like if you're in a video and you click, or it might just be on mobile. I see it sometimes. I don't see it in other places. And and this is like a double-edged sword, but in a way, I think I kind of like it. The YouTube search bar, it might have been on mobile where I went to like search for something, tapped it, and all of a sudden, it's so funny how like there's now like a new language where like you click on a search bar and you go search, and on like Google and on YouTube and all these other platforms, when you're in like AI mode, where it's like, what can I help you with? But I started to think about like how at first I'm like, oh God, like fuck off, like go away.
Yeah.
But if people were opening up YouTube and they were like, I want to see a video about X in this style, or I want to know, like, did Billy Mitchell cheat at Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Or like, then like, in that case, just for example, not that I'm like competing with Carl Jobst, right? But he has like 9 million fucking Billy Mitchell videos. There are a bunch of other like Billy Mitchell videos. My video is like explicitly about like whether like it's answering that question of like, did he cheat? So like in a way, or like, what do flat earthers believe?
Yeah.
I personally, and I'm biased, of course, but I think that like my video, it's 8 hours long. It's not for everybody, but my video is the best answer to that question.
Your video is more about like answering the most asked internal question, which is like, what do these insane people believe?
As opposed to like, if you just search flat earther, you're going to get a whole bunch of debunking videos So like, I almost feel like, imagine getting rid of the home feed and then suddenly people have to search for stuff, but they search for it not based on like keywords, but based on like questions or based on like the kind of content that they wanted to see.
Yeah. I
kind of almost feel like that's a different world.
Yeah.
Like in that world, what I'm describing, it's a difference in the way the platform is designed.
Yeah.
But that de facto is a world where the content is different.
Yes.
Because the content is built because of the way the platform is designed.
Yes.
Not because this is the right, best objective way to make
Exactly. Mr. Beast is not the best way to make a video. It is the most tuned to the way the platform serves videos.
Yeah, no one's like, how long would anyone hold onto a shopping cart for $1 million?
Yeah, no one ever Googled that. No one ever searched that. Yeah, exactly. It's interesting. Yeah. I mean, even just getting rid of infinite scroll, where like if the home feed had like above and below the fold, you could like flick your scroll wheel one time and it was like, that was it. You know what I mean? It was like, then if there's nothing here, you search for something. You know what I mean? It's like, I think that the infinite scroll really is a big part of it, where like, cause I like a world in which it can, you know, cause some of my favorite channels, of all time were I stumbled upon because the algorithm did correctly assume I like this type of content. But I do think that
it's also one of those things where it's
a
like,
blessing and a curse, right? It's not all good.
There's a million, like dark would never show up in the recommendations feed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that, it's that kind of thing. But like there are plenty of other, but like Interstellar would. But Interstellar was also like incredible and you loved it.
Yeah.
But it's like, how many darks are there?
Just get lost. Yeah.
Probably so many. Like,
yeah.
There's a whole Marvel Cinematic Universe worth of content out there that.
Yeah.
I'm like triply looking forward to starting another channel and just doing like watching like one movie a day or whatever, and having it be because all the best React channels, all the ones I watch too, they're watching Forrest Gump and Star Wars Episode 4 and like Interstellar and like Shutter Island. It's like all the things that like, how could you be 34 and not see The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
And not see Back to the Future. And,
There's
it's
no
like,
way. Yeah.
I mean, that's the jackpot. That would be like finding, being like hi, I'm a YouTuber who was frozen in ice for 300 years. AMA. Here's me reacting to like a light switch. You know what I mean? That's like the gold mine of not knowing.
Yep.
But I remember when we were going through the like Rotten Tomatoes top 100 movies, I was just thinking about how much content is like I feel like it would be an interesting channel that would be like, here are all the things that none of us have watched, despite being told that they're all like incredible classics, but like we're all skeptical, like all these old movies and whatever, like these old classics. And because surely there's got to be like, there's no chance that like I've seen all the life-changing movies in the world.
Correct. Yeah.
But it's like, but what do I watch? And when someone says fucking Avengers Endgame, I'm like, okay, cool. Thanks for nothing. Like but at the same time, I almost feel like that channel, like, should probably just start.
You really should.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
You really should. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm 30 and I've never seen Forrest Gump. That's a war crime. It's I have recently shifted around my top movies list, by the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think my top 3 currently right now, and this will change at any point. Interstellar has always been number 1.
Yeah.
I think Interstellar might be number 3 for me now.
Wow.
And I want to say, and it's easy because they're like, then again, Interstellar is also like easy.
Yeah.
But I want to say Good Will Hunting number 1, Forrest Gump number 2.
Damn. You know something crazy?
Beautiful movies. You've never seen either of those?
I've never seen Good Will Hunting. I've seen Forrest Gump.
Bro, no.
I'm like the closest to that guy. Like, I haven't seen all the movies. I haven't seen Full Metal Jacket. I haven't seen 12 Monkeys. I haven't seen
Jesse, why do we not have a channel? Jesse, the Patreon.
Oh,
Let's just watch the movies.
We really.
I want to watch them together. No, it's even. I want to be there with you while you. Can we just have movie time once a week?
That would be great,
bro. It's literally. I think we unironically. You write in get in the comments section and tell us. You would, Jesse's my golden goose. Maybe that goose wagon. Tell me if you'd be interested in me and Jesse together watching a bunch of movies, most of which he probably hasn't seen, some of which I haven't seen. We just watch them together.
That would be great.
Bro, Good Will Hunting, you and I are going to be Waterworks.
Oh, so I believe it. I believe it. Is that the one with Robin Williams?
Robin Williams
and Ben
Affleck, Matt
Damon.
Matt Damon.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my God. Written by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, dude, sound off in the comments.
Look at this. We've already got 3 people instantly that will subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah.
Listen, this is the shit we need to, Jesse. This is the shit we can do to get you to, financial freedom.
Yes,
okay?
Bro. This is our path. My media illiteracy is our path to financial freedom.
When are we watching Good Will Hunting? Tell me. When are we watching it? Because Patreon. Guess what? Patreon right now is still small enough that like we don't have to worry about getting copyright strike.
Yeah.
We don't have to edit anything.
Yeah.
We need to act. The timer's ticking because eventually they're going to get big enough and fucking popular enough where
there's a copyright, a content ID thing on it. Yeah.
Let's hop on that shit now, bro.
Yeah. Listen, Brokeback Mountain when? I've not seen it.
Yeah. Don't know if I've seen it.
Listen, I think this would be great. It's just finding the time because the thing is, right? Is it wouldn't just be like the 90-minute movie because we would want to talk about it. Either we would like pause and react, or we would just watch the movie and then we would talk about it, right? So it's like the way you and me talk, 2 to 3 hours of additional, which once again, I wouldn't want to cut it short. I'm just saying finding that time is the struggle. But it would be fucking amazing. It would be great. It would be.
Think about how much. Okay, think about how much your financial world would change if we got like 300 new patrons. You sold one of your kids for cash, which then was less cash monthly cost, upfront cash inflow, more time that you would have free.
That's true. It would be minus 50% expenses because half of my kids would be gone, and then plus like a cash infusion on the front end
for like braces or whatever the fuck, diapers. I know they're like $7 or whatever, but I assume there's still diaper fees. I don't understand how kids work. Yeah, imagine your best kid's worth. Well, actually, yeah, if you had to sell your best kid or your worst kid. First of all, you have to tell us right now on the record
which
Jesse,
is the best and the worst.
Yeah, you have to tell us which is the best, which is the worst, why, and which one you would sell.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jimmy. Dad needs that cheddar.
Dad needs that cheddar.
Mr. Beast didn't get where he is by not selling his kids.
That's true. That's so true. I mean, and at the end of the day, we all need to be a little bit more like Mr. Beast. That's what I always say. Well, speaking of Patreon, if you think this would be great content for the Patreon, sound off in the comments. And if you're not already over there, what the fuck are you doing?
Because we're going to be watching Good Will Hunting. Literally this week, it's going up on the Patreon. And if not, it's financial fraud because we are promising it. So Jesse,
this is a verbal contract.
Yeah, so Jesse has to put 3 hours aside and maybe one kid aside.
Yeah, potentially. We'll see. And if you want to get there, that's patreon.com/thepogcast. Early ad-free access to these episodes. One extra episode we do every week over there, and maybe more extra episodes coming in hot. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for Rich for sponsoring the episode. You guys are the best. And we will definitely see you on the next one.
How do you like them apples?